So I'm also testing for Petite Dressmaker, Stephanie, and I picked this one out originally, but it's viscose and it doesn't really handle that well sometimes. I think that needs to be more of a flowy dress. Again, the fabric needs to shout at you and tell you what it needs to do. So I swapped it for this beautiful linen blend that I got from Rainbow Fabrics, of course. And I love this, it's really nice. I have cut out, well, I made a mistake because there's a lot of sheets of paper to stick together for this. I think I did 70 sheets or maybe less for the main components, but then realised I couldn't find the side bits. So this dress has loads of variations, like loads, and I wanted to do the full Monty of the big sleeves, the gathered side at the hip, and full length. So everything really I went for. So I ran out. Well, I didn't run out. I couldn't find the skirt patterns, but I actually hadn't printed them. So that was another 78 pages I've just printed and stuck together. I don't mind sitting doing that. As long as there's something decent on TV, I'll go in the kitchen and I've got enough place to do that. So I'd sooner do that than spend loads of money on getting the big AOF printer. I think I've said before, my computer's like it's got like a tank in, so I hardly spend any money on ink, and the A4 paper doesn't cost that much when we get it in the reels. So I did cut this front bit out without thinking. I thought I could handle, I did this before loads of times, haven't I? I thought I could handle the fact that it's not matching in the middle, but I can't. So I've got enough fabric, luckily. It'll going to depend on whether I'm going to have the hip sort of gathered or not. Will depend on this front matching bit. And then I've got the back cut out. I like to sort of put it into situ, although there's still another dress on there, which I possibly might have spoken about by now, or might not have. Anyway, it's there. No one knows what it is. So these are the two tests I'm doing. So I'm going to take this side and I'm going to use that as my front, and I'm going to recut this front bit and match it in properly. Actually, I'll be able to get the collar and the collar stand most probably out of the wider bit of this. Maybe's not. Anyway, I've got enough fabric, so I'm not worrying about that. So that's where I'm up to with this one. So I have managed to find the matching point right the way along on the front, and then I've folded my pattern piece right back, and I'm going to butt that up to it. Now, well, weird things happened here because I didn't iron this fabric first before I'd been ironed pre-wash, but not before I cut it out, and it's actually stretched by 6 centimeters when I've ironed it, because I didn't add any length to this because I knew it was going to be long enough. Anyway, I'm going to go with the extra length because I may as well. I can always cut it off if I need to be. So I need to put that right up against this. Then that means that the buttons are going to sit on this section, and then it's going to fold over. So then once I've got that into place, I know that if I pull this right the way over, I know that I need to take it from this section here. Now, I'm not very scientific. I just go by eye and by what I think. So I'm hoping that's right. It's not failed for me before, but I've normally done it the other way around. But for this reason, I think this way it's better. And also it's not taking too much of the fabric because I've managed to find the match on the outer edge. So that was good. I don't have to cut the middle of this, because depending on what I've got left will be whether I get the gathers in the side of the hip or it'll just be straight down. But I really want the gathers, so hopefully I should be able to get that out. I definitely can get the other though, I've checked, because there's all of that left. So good. And I love it when a plan comes together. That's so much nicer than how it was before. So much nicer. So I've most probably sacrificed a little bit of fabric for that, but I don't care because I know that I want this dress in my wardrobe forever. So that has worked perfectly. So never underestimate ironing before you cut out, because I've just gone over them bits now, and it's a linen, so obviously I must have creased up a little bit after I'd ironed after the pre-wash, so I obviously need to take these back to the proper size, otherwise the sizing's going to be out. So a little lesson for you and me there. Had to move into the hallway to get these cut out, so I'm definitely going to have enough for the skirt sides. I've got that much fabric left, and I need to remember to add the 6 centimetres to the bottom of these. It looks like I haven't ironed this fabric again, but I have, so I'm going to cut them out now and I can get this made up. I'm loving this already. I've only got the back sections on, so I've got the yoke and everything on there. I'm sure I've done that right. I need to check that actually. Yeah, I think I have. And it just looks really lovely. I swear this fabric stretches though, because I only added 6 centimetres to them bottom bits, and they're so long. So long. I don't know how that's happened, unless I put them on wrong. I need to double check that. And yes, I'd done it wrong. Serves me right for steaming ahead without looking at the instructions, and it's a painful mistake because I've got all this to go out and all of the other side, but luckily I only did it to one side and not the front as well. But look at how stunning that fabric is. It's gorgeous. It's hanging so lovely as well. So almost an hour later, I'm back where I should be. So I've unpicked and put these back on the right sides. I should have known because the fabric just didn't match up, and it does now perfectly, so my fabric hasn't stretched. It was me making a rookie error. So I'm going to work around to the front now and get the front and everything put together, and then I'm going to leave this. I need to sort the house out. I've just been sewing now endlessly for about 24 hours. I've loved it though. Then you always have to try on with the most inappropriate clothing, and I've only got half of it done, but already this is going to be amazing. I'm really liking it. It's fitting over the bust. I did the B cup, not the B cup, the D cup, and it's fitting right into my waist there. Might have to take it up a little bit, I think, on the shoulders, but obviously they're not in yet, so it just fits and sits on my hips. But I really like how that's hanging as well. Look at the floor. So it's like double sized of gathers I did on this one. There's 2 options. You can do it just plain, or you can do it with the gathers. But I wanted to do it with the gathers because I had enough fabric and I didn't want to waste any really. But yeah, right, I need to stop and sort the house out. People ask me how much sewing, how and why I get so much sewing done, and it's just because I just neglect everywhere else, to be fair. But I need to eat and I need to sort out and do some ironing. Yeah, I'm loving that. Absolutely loving it. So the first try on, obviously again with inappropriate clothing, but I'm so glad I changed the front. So I've got the pattern match along the front and it fits perfectly. It's really, really lovely. It feels gorgeous on. In saying that though, I am going to sort of scoop it round a little bit in here to take it in a little bit more. I think that silhouette looks better than that side. So I've cut the collar out and I've made sure I've just got white at the end because I didn't want pink at the end of that. Annabelle's here, so I'm with me. So this I think is going to look better because if I'd turned that round you'd have had little bits of pink on the ends of this. But I'm loving this dress so far. So I've done the collar, but I haven't decided which side yet. But I'm thinking that side looks nice. Yeah. Oh. No, don't worry. I think the other side, don't you? I don't know though. Annabelle's with me. You've already gathered that, so we're both deciding now. I have already understitched this back side. That doesn't sound very good, does it? Not my back side, but the back side of the collar. I'm thinking that, you know, now. I like that. Yeah. I'm going to unpick my unstitching, and I think we're going to go for that one. Let me try that the other side. Yeah, it says you pull away, you can, I don't know, both. No, I think the other side. Definitely. Write in the comments if you agree, but I'm going for that side. I'm going to unpick it. There's something really good about doing a collar with a stand. I've just pressed it all now, and I'm just going to leave that mould into shape before I put it on, and I'm going to make us some dinner. But that is looking really good so far. Dinner time before we start sewing again. Very healthy. So I haven't even looked in my button cupboard or button box, whatever it is, because I know that I wouldn't have anything to go with this. So I am covering my buttons with the pink area. I've done one. I wanted to show it first. I've got these different ones, but they're working in the prim cover thing, so that's good. But these look really, really good. Annabelle's stopping and drinking. She's trying to sew slow, so she's not making a noise. But look how gorgeous they look on there. So I've got 10 of these, so I'm going to make 10 of these to go along it. But really love them. I think anything else wouldn't have worked on this, any other buttons. So I was steaming ahead with this pattern test. This is the different views, and I was doing the everything, shot everything at it. So it was a long sleeve midi skirt with the gathered sides, and I was going really well, got everything done, love the collar, love everything about it, till I come to put the sleeves in, and I realised I cut the pattern for a sleeveless version. So you can see I cut that out thinking, not looking, pattern tester, I shouldn't have known better. And so I've got the sleeveless version, which I don't want. So because I've hardly got any fabric left now, I have got, again, no, I don't believe in there's any problems, there's only solutions. So I've got the sleeve cut out there, which obviously I've got in here. It's not going to work because there's just not enough room in the back, and I won't be able to move my arm by doing that because there's not enough scope from the top here. So I'm going to find a sleeve head from one of Steph's patterns, and I'm going to put that in, and hopefully it'll mean the sleeve will be shorter than I wanted it to be, and it'll mean it's not exactly the same. I've most probably added another variation to Steph's pattern, which she's got enough there. I don't think she wants anything else going on. And I'm just so angry and annoyed with myself that I've done this. But like I say, we live and learn. So I'm going to do that and then put them sleeves in, but they will be shorter. They won't be the full Monty. I'd got 8 buttons made. I got everything almost done. I think you can hear by the tone in my heels from what I was like at dinner time. We had a lovely dinner, we've had a lovely chat, but I'd already cut this out, so it was nothing to do with getting distracted from Annabelle being here. It was just my stupid error. So I'm going to do that and then see where we go with that. So annoying, so annoyed. But all of these versions are just amazing. I even love the drop with the short sleeves as well. So I think I'll definitely make another one because it's sewn up beautifully. I really like it. Love the collar, love everything about this dress, apart from our rookie error. Still problem solving. So because this is, I've done it so that should be sleeveless completely. The only thing that I can think of the pattern that would do that is the Inns dress. I've made it before in a pink because it's completely sleeveless, but they have an in sleeve insertion. So I've printed it off because I already had it and I want to make that eventually, another thing to add to my list. But I've just placed this on the top, and then I think you can vaguely see there I've gone round, so it's putting a deeper level into this sleeve. So technically this should work. I have got no more fabric left to do it. I really want it to work, so I'm just going to go for it and see if this sleeve head will then fit into this sleeve. I know that it's different, obviously, the front and the back, and that's why I think when I did my keepers, the teddy dress, I used a normal conventional sleeve, and I feel like, I don't think anyone would have noticed, but I do. I feel like it's like stretched out a little bit at the back, where I know that that shape at the front is completely different to the shape at the front. Sorry, at the back is different to the front, if you can see as I'm turning it over there. So hopefully this will work. I'm still gutted that I've messed this up, but I think I can salvage it and sew in its material, and it's not life threatening, and if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, does it? So just get on with it. I think I've managed to save it. I've got too many gathers around that back, so I'm going to bring them around to the front a little bit more, but it fits perfectly on the back there. I can move my arm. It's shorter than I wanted it to be, so oh sorry, I've got to change the elastic. It's going to be 3/4 length, but I can live with that completely. I think both look good. The sleeveless did look okay, but I think because of the length, if it was short and sleeveless, I think it would have been better, but I did definitely want the sleeves in. So I can relax a little bit now and get this finished. I need to change, like I said, the elasticated length in the arm. I love the way that this is put on. I've never done a casing for elastic before, and I'm really happy with how that's turned out. I'm happy with it all. I was just really peed off that I'd done that wrong. So it's a different dress for Steph, but I do love it. I love it, and I'm going to wear it now more, because I don't think I would wear it that much sleeveless. Right, my tea's ready. I'm off. I can get the others done and finished, and success. No problems, only solutions. So she's all finished. I've got this hat on because I'm going to be going to a wedding soon, and I was thinking this could be a wedding contender for my dress, and I'm not quite sure about whether it is or not, but I just thought I'd try and see, because that's what I like to do, dress up. Because I've been in my leggings, and obviously I'm not going to wear my yellow fluffy slippers with it, but I love how them sleeves have turned out now. I think it was a happy accident. Obviously it's not what I was supposed to be testing, but it's worked out all right in the end, so I'm happy. I've not filmed much of this now, getting it ready, because the last things always take the longest, don't they? The hem, the buttonholes, and obviously I had to make all of my buttons. They came, so I've got all of those that are all ready to go here. I maybe should have done my buttonholes a little bit bigger, but I think it's good because it's going to help with the matching, because they're not going to move at all if I have it buttoned right up. But I've also added a lot more time because I've got 18 buttons to sew on. The sun is shining. I'm washing on the line. So I want to go out and get some pictures in this today. And I've got all these buttons to sew on. So I'll stop talking, get on with it, and hopefully, well, the next bit you'll see is it all finished. I don't think I could have got any better buttons than making my own for this. I think it just wouldn't have looked right with anything else on this fabric, and I absolutely love this dress. It's so beautiful, so lovely. So I've managed to get them all on. It's still light outside, so I'm going to go and get some photos in this now. I don't know why I have these bright ideas, but I do like this 2x2. I think it's nice and impactful, and it looks different, and that's why I sew, to be different.